Well, a whole year has passed since Hong Kong defied expectations to qualify for the 2023 Asian Cup. It's now December 2022, and we're finally going to find out who we will face at what could be our final tournament in this series of the International Manager of Mystery. Hello there everybody and welcome back to the channel. Dodgy Gamer here, International Manager of Mystery, managing obscure nations so you don't have to. And here we are on the cusp of our first major continental tournament in this series, in what's probably going to be the end. I did say this could be our last tournament. I'll get onto that in a minute. But for now, without further ado, let's go and witness the excitement of the draw for the 24-nation Asian Cup. I'm a little confused here because we've got a list of second seeds and we've got a list of third seeds. First seeds? So we've gone through the top seeds. They've all been picked out now. Initial reaction is I definitely don't want to be in Group F. Definitely don't want to be in Group F. Wouldn't mind Group D. Possibly Group A. Let's see what we get. We get Group A. So we're in there with Saudi Arabia and Uzbekistan. Now, I will talk you through friendlies and so on. We have played one of those teams recently. The result wasn't too great, but let's see who else we're going to get. So, of the teams remaining, come on, I hope it's someone on this side of the screen that you can see. One of the stands or Vietnam. Who are we going to get? Kuwait, the team we qualified with. Okay, fantastic. Okay, Kyrgyzstan going to B, Vietnam into C, Lebanon into D, Thailand into E, and finally Tajikistan end up in Group F. So we're in Group A. That's a tough one. I think there we've got teams who on our day, on a good day, we could beat. However, there's no guaranteed win there. There's no team there that I'm thinking that's a definite win. Because remember, this is a 24-team tournament, so of course 4 of those third-place teams are going to go through. So I was thinking if we could have drawn someone like one of the weaker teams, Vietnam, Oman, someone like that, Tajikistan, we could have got a win in the bag and then hope for results to work out our way for us to get through to the second round. But, you know, it's tournament football. You've got to beat the best to, you know, do the best you can, and that's not the exact saying, but you get the sentiment. Now, I mentioned it could be the last tournament. Now, of course, we've done the draw for the Asian Cup. Today's episode, as is hopefully clear from the title, we're not actually going to have the Asian Cup featured in today's episode, because we do have one more shot at the East Asian Cup. Of course, we've been here before with Mongolia earlier in the series. That time, we were in the preliminary round. We couldn't get through any further than that. Hong Kong go directly into the qualifiers qualifying round, which makes perfect sense. But basically, it's a group of 4 teams. Top team will join South Korea, Japan, and China in the tournament proper, which is held in a year's time. So this is a much more agreeable group than the one we've just got for the Asian Cup. Chinese Taipei, or Taiwan, controversially. We've got Macau, so nice little collection of these China PR teams. And we've got North Korea. I think there's a chance. I'm not going to say we definitely will. I'm not going to aim for first place, but I think we've got a chance of getting first place. If we do that, that means we've got the finals coming up in a year's time. Big time opposition. Japan, South Korea, China. I doubt we'd get close to winning that, but that could extend the series a little bit. Obviously, the FM20 beta is imminent. We don't know exactly when at the time I'm recording this, but it is imminent. So what I'm going to do is this. If we look at our schedule, today's episode is going to be Chinese Taipei and Macau. That'll be today's episode. Double header. So we're getting back to double header live com. Then the next episode. Now here's the thing. The Asian Cup, when I click continue, the fixtures will come in. But the Asian Cup is in January. So basically we're going to play North Korea on the 2nd of January, and then we're going to have about a 15-day gap to the start of the Asian Cup. So the next episode after this is going to be North Korea, and whoever our first opponents are in the Asian Cup. Actually, let's just continue and find that out. And then a third episode from this point will be our final 2 group games. The series could finish there. It could be that we don't progress in either competition. There's a potential that there might be more episodes beyond that third one that I've mentioned. By the way, speaking of numbering episodes, This is my 250th video ever on this channel. I think that deserves a like and a subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thanks in advance. So yes, the press are calling this a tough group because we're in there with Saudi Arabia and Uzbekistan, stern opposition, and we've also got Kuwait, who, you know, we won one, lost one against in qualifying. We're looking forward to our trip to China. Apparently, there's a press conference, but we don't need to worry about that. So let's just see. Yes, indeed, they have gone in. So this is what we're talking about. Today's episode, episode 19 of this series, is Chinese Taipei and Macau. Episode 20 is going to be North Korea, and then 10 days later, Kuwait in our first game of the full-on Asian Cup of Nations. And then episode 21 will be Saudi Arabia and Uzbekistan. Will we have an episode 22? Well, that all depends. Episode 22 could, maybe? Could it be the second round of the Asian Cup? Possibly. Could it be the East Asian Cup final stage? Possibly. Or it could just not exist. And before we get into the East Asian Cup qualifying, which is actually what it's called, a quick update on our matches so far in 2022. So, not too many wins there, you'll see, but a couple of key games. So we had a 1-1 draw with Bahrain, and then we rounded off our Asian Cup qualifying with a 1-1 home draw against the Philippines. Took a bit late goal to get that point, but it was, you know, a meaningless match anyway. Then Uzbekistan, who we will be facing, of course, in the Asian Cup. We struggled against them. They beat us 2-0. They just kind of outlasted us in that match. And then North Korea, who we will play later in the episode after this one. We beat them 1-0 with a goal from Alex, our top scorer. And what would you believe it, Alex, I was unable to select him for the squads. Why? Because he chose the 3rd of January as his retirement date, which is the date the East Asian Cup qualifying round ends. Why he would choose to retire then and not after the Asian Cup, I have no idea, but he's unavailable for us. We then travelled a bit further afield. We went and played the Faroe Islands. Absolutely cracking game this was. We came out on top 4-3 winners, as you'll see there. The lead changed hands. Really good game. Fantastic showcase of lower level minor nation island football. And then this is one of those games which I did not arrange. It was arranged for me, holidaying between fixtures away to China. And of course we lost 3-0. So that brings us up to today's match. So we're starting off against Chinese Taipei, a team who are ranked, if we check them out, 179th in the world. We're 136th. So on paper, this should be our game. No problem. We see there North Korea thrashing Macau in the opening match. Let's see if we can inflict some similar punishment on Taiwan. So we're going with the 4-2-3-1. Chan Kamto. Kamto is his nickname, apparently. I'm not sure what it's short for, but he comes in up front. He's never played for Hong Kong before. We've brought him up from the under-19s, so we'll see what he can do. The key players, though, Sundai and Harris on the wings. We've got Wong Wei back in the shadow striker position. We're going with Feely in goal, even though he's recovering from a cut hand, apparently. Clayton's back to partner Brian Fock in defence. This is the best team we've got available to us. One thing, I was able to pick 25 players because this is actually my preliminary squad for the Asian Cup of Nations. After this East Asian Cup qualifying, I will have to cut this down by a couple of players down to a 23-man squad. But anyway, we're up against a bit of a weird formation here. Going to be plenty of space here for Wong Wei to exploit, I hope. Anyway, let's go into the dressing room where we tell the players that, yeah, we're favourites. Give the fans something to cheer for. I've got faith in you. Okay, we're using the squad in a balanced fashion. Let's kick this thing off. Taiwan in the blue, Hong Kong in the red. Let's see if we can get things off to a winning start as a almost a comical own goal to kick things off from Taiwan. Right then, goal kick for Taiwan, but we've won the ball. It's knocked out to Sundai, who whips in the cross first time. Oh, what is that? Absolutely beautiful one-touch football. Harris gets the goal. Oh, this takes me back to Genschler-Beerley on FM18. Gerrit Holtman and Everin Schengel and all those guys. Look, long ball out, Dye hits across first time. Harris just whacks it straight into the top corner. That was a fantastic goal. Now, Taiwan with a chance to equalise. Free kick in a dangerous position, but Feely catches it. Strong hands from him, even though one of them is apparently cut, which was an accident in training. Anyway, Taiwan have picked the clearance up. Let's hassle them a bit. Force them into a mistake, but no, they're coming forward. They've got a chance now, coming into the centre, unchallenged. Goes for the pot shot. Potluck. Free kick. Harris takes it, the goal scorer. Ooh, just clipped the top of the crossbar there. Nearly 2-0, but here's Harris again. Brings it inside. Out to Wankit. But watch out how you say his name. And very nearly a goal at the far post. Half-time team talk then. Things are going well, but I know you're capable of better. We should have a greater lead than just 1-0 at the moment. Let's tell everyone I've got faith in them. We've taken off Calvin Harris and brought on Daniel Wong just because Calvin Harris was flagging a bit. He was coming into this game off the back of an injury. And we will play Macau in just 48 hours' time. Free kick for us this time. We whip one in, and I think that's a penalty. It is. Wong Wei was pushed. And who's going to take this for us? I think it's Clayton is our usual spot kick guy. Yes, he is back in the team after having missed a few rounds of qualifiers with injuries. And he slots that one in. Assured penalty from the centre-back. It's 2-0 and we're cruising. Clayton now taking the corners. He does everything in this team. Camto hit him on the top of the head. Went over the bar. Okay, Wankit. Wankit gets the ball. Puts it inside to Chunlock. Chunlock brings it through to the middle. Wong Wei's shot gets blocked. And that's the highlight. Now it's Lok Fung with the free kick. Oof. Side netting. Wicked curl on that one. Quick substitution as Wong Wei comes off for Cumming. Cumming and Wankit. They make a good team down the right flank. Anyway, into the final 15 minutes. Nagai Hoi knocks one in. Dye with the header, but he just couldn't direct it. I think this one's in the bag. I would like to add another goal. Just, because goal difference could come into it if, we draw with North Korea in that final game. They've obviously beaten Macau 6-1 today. Anyway, here's Lok Fung off the wall. I think that's going out for a corner or a throw-in. Looks like a throw-in. Nope, no. Then we're not going to see that throw-in, I guess. Okay, final substitution of the day. Sundai, who has tired himself out, comes off for Jared Lum. But I think this is probably going to be the last bit of action. We've got 4 minutes of added on time. Taiwan, they can't win this now, but we don't want to concede. We want to keep that clean sheet. Okay, yes, nice spell of possession from Taiwan, but we've won the ball dangerously into stoppage time. Lam gets it, fires off the shot. Oh, I thought that was in. Almost an on-goal, apparently. It all happened so fast. There's a corner. Possibly one of the last attacks of this game. Lum with it again. Shot gets blocked. Comes back to him. And he doesn't miss the second time. He fires that one in. Goalkeeper was completely stranded. It's 3-0. The substitute scoring, making an immediate impact within 5 minutes of coming on. Look at that. Shot charge down. Takes a touch to line it up. Fires it past the despairing keeper. And that's it. That's all she wrote. We're 3-0 winners. We're off to a fantastic start. So we tell the team, of course, well done. Good win for us. Now it's time to fade to black. We'll be right back for the game with Macau. Okay, so match day 2, North Korea have won again, beating Chinese Taipei 2-0. So we've got to beat Macau to keep pace with them at the top of the group. We should be favourites here. We're even favourites. We are in inconsistent form apparently, but they're in poor form. So it's one thing I forgot to mention is these matches are listed as neutral, but this tournament is taking place in Hong Kong, so we've got that home advantage. I've made a few changes. I've just gone for the fittest players available to me, basically. Lots of rotation. Rested a lot of those key players, Calvin Harris, Clayton, Sundai, Wong Wei, they're all left out so that they can be rested for the North Korea game because it's a pretty tight turnaround. Let's get out there. We're sticking with the same formation apart from that. Macau, I think I checked before this, they're ranked 197th in the world. They came through the previous qualifying round, so we should be winning this game. So we told the team they're favourites, they should be winning this, they've got to do this for the fans, and you'll see from the wide shots there's so many fans here today. But the first chance comes Macau's way, deep in-swinging free kick. I thought we dealt with it, but the goalkeeper spilled the ball, and they've taken the lead. Oh dearie me, look at that, the header comes in, goalkeeper saves it, but no one's picking up De Kong there, and he just fires one in past the stricken keeper. But we get a chance to come back with a free kick of our own. It's headed over, apparently. We've got to demand more from these players. This has not been a good start at all. Right then, corner gets whipped in, but it's cleared by Macau, and we were poorly positioned there. They've got the break on. It's Chileng streaking forward. He's got support, but the ball's been given away. It's Wong now coming down the wing, cutting inside to Kalok. Kalok, play it out wide. He does, a little bit behind Lum, but now it's Wangkit. The beautifully named Wangkit gets it back to Lum. Goes for the cross, but it gets blocked. But we've still got the ball, and we've got acres of space over on the left flank, but we're not using it. We brought it back to Wangkit on the right. He whips one in, and there was an infringement. Otherwise, that was going to be a goal. Anyway, it's Macau picking the ball up, but they give it away. They just can't hold on to the ball. And Lum with the quick break whips the cross in. Again, they can't clear it, but the keeper saves it. It's a corner. I think the highlight's going to continue there. And Kalok whips one in, an in-swinger. It's cleared off the line. Lum fires one over into the empty stand. Good spell of pressure, but still no equaliser. So we've ripped into them at half-time. That is nowhere near good enough. I'm not going to make any changes just yet, though. Let's get them out. I mean, we have been the better team. We've had the majority of the play since we were shook by that early goal. Now we've got to get an early goal of our own in this second half. Wong comes forward, gets a free kick. Is that just going to be an initial highlight, or is it going to continue? Got your answer. Corner for us now. We've got to get something here. And we do! It's straight in there from Cumming. He just made the run from deep, completely unchallenged, headed it in. Game on now. We're back in this. Look at that. It whips in. Cumming just says, I'm coming. And he scores the goal for us. Goal kick for Macau, but we deal with it. Ho Yin plays it forward to Wong. Wong inside to Cumming. Cumming is coming. Cumming to shoot, but he shoots it wide when he probably should have passed. Anyway, from the goal kick again. Let's make this a Hong Kong ball. We do. Wong charges down the wing, cuts inside, goes for a shot. Why are they doing that? I told them the pre-match instructions were clear. You play it into the box. Well, Macau have created nothing so far in this half. We've got a chance here. Lum with the corner. It comes out to Wong. Cam To, just come on as a substitute, has his shot charged down. Pretty weak effort. We're not going to win the match that way. And here come Macau, but Wong's dispossessed their player. Made a charging run forward. Cam To, he's got man over. Lum, play it in. And we've hit the crossbar. Agonising stuff. Cumming couldn't get it, but there's been an infringement. It was a free kick to them. Right, so we've made a litany of changes, pushing everybody up, going all out attack without a shout to push forward as we chase the winner. This should have been an easy game, but saying that has come back to haunt me. I jinxed us. But we've got to get the winner here. Die. We brought Die on for a last throw of the dice. Anyway, we've got a corner. We've got a corner. We scored off a corner before. Let's do it again. Lum whips it in, but there's no one there at the far post. Ming now with it. Ming, come on. What are you doing? Why are you going backwards? Right, everything's on attack. We've got like 4 attacking midfielders and 2 strikers up there. We're telling them to hit it long, but of course we're leaving gaps, and here comes Chong, but he's been dispossessed. Let's get a Hong Kong man on the ball. We've got 2 minutes left in added on time. Lum, run with it. Take the ball and run with it, but he gets dispossessed. They play it back to their keeper. Is that our last chance gone? Maybe not, maybe not. As it comes back to Lum, Lum has the time to whip in across, but he goes for a shot, he goes for glory. To be fair, I did tell them to shoot on sight. It looks like we've got another chance. Looks like we've got another chance now. Die gets in a low cross. It's been cleared, but only as far as Kaho. Knocks it out to Wankit. Wankit gets past his man, gets us a corner. This is going to be the last chance to win it. Can Macau hold on, or can Hong Kong snatch a win here? Oh, come on. Tzpan hits it over. That's probably the last chance. This is going to be a disappointing draw. Indeed it is. Well, we're definitely telling the team that we're disappointed with that. We definitely should have won that game. So far, so good for Hong Kong. But we should have won that game. Let's have a look at the table as things stand. So obviously North Korea are out in front. Our final game is North Korea, but now we have to beat them to stand at any chance of going through. A draw is not going to be good enough. Can we do it? Well, we beat them in a friendly recently, so it's not beyond the realms of possibility. They are ranked considerably higher than us, 88th in the world. But we're going to give it our best shot. So please join me for the next episode as we wrap up this East Asian Cup qualifying and we begin our Asian Cup campaign. You do not want to miss it. I'm Dodgy Gamer, International Manager of Mystery. Thank you very much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you again soon.